Alright, what's up, guys? Um, I see there are a lot of people asking about how the toe arm and the camber arm is gonna affect um, the angle of it of the alignment, the wheel, and the question is it the longer arm is gonna give more camber, more toe in, toe out, or shorter the arm's gonna give more camber, more toe, or whatever. So here is my 350Z. I have right now. I'm running about like I think over more than negative 10 degree when I air out all the way, and at my ride height, I'm about like negative 10 degree of the camber. So let me show you this real quick. So here is my toe arm right there because um, I have airbag system. So the toe arm in the market is not gonna work with my airbag because it's gonna be one piece like this. So the airbag cannot sit on the arm like this. So I get this arm made by a friend of mine at Clockwork Motorsport. Um, so it give, and this is the stock, the OEM bucket that have the airbag sitting here. But the thing with this one is I cannot adjust the toe because there is no adjustment. So with this arm, I have the adjustment right there that I can adjust the toe. I have more adjustment because I have a lot of cambers. And how this toe arm is gonna work? Is it shorter? Is gonna give you toe in or toe out? Is really depends on different cars, different makes. So with 350Z, as you can see, the toe arm is sitting behind the camber arm, so it's sitting at the rear, at the rear end of the wheel. So it's sitting right here. So imagine it. So let's say if I extend this one out, mean the arm is gonna be longer, right? So if it's gonna be longer, it means it's gonna push the wheel out. And what happened if this pushing the wheel out, then I will have the toe in because it pushing that part out. If pushing that part out means this part is gonna go in, right? You get what I'm saying? So if pushing the rear out, mean the front is gonna go in. So that's gonna be toe in. If I extend this arm longer, but if I shorten this shorter, then this part is gonna go in, and the front part is gonna go out. So that's gonna be toe out. So if I shorten the arm, then I will have toe out, and extend the arm, I am gonna have more toe in because the setup of the 350Z is is a toe arm sitting at the rear of the you can see it right there, right? And for and with the camber arm, you see the camber arm sitting in the front of this, right? And also is in on the bottom, so it's a lower arm. It's not some car. It's like my Mazda Speed 3. The camber arm on the Mazda is upper. So think about this. If the camber arm sitting at the bottom one as a lower setup, if you extend this one, if you extend the arm, it's gonna push the bottom of the wheel out. So that gonna make the bottom going out and the top gonna going in. So that means you're gonna have more negative camber. If you shorten the camber, it's gonna pull the bottom of the wheel back in and the top back out. So that's gonna give you less camber. So imagine this. This is how much camber that I have right now. And if I extend that arm longer, mean I'm gonna push the bottom of the wheel out, mean I'm gonna have more camber. But the thing is, I cannot have more camber right now because I already shortened the toe arm to the max. So if I want to have more camber, I gotta modify this arm shorter to give more toe. You get what I'm saying? And with my Mazda, the camber arm is on top. I mean, it is upper setup. So if your camber is an upper arm, then if you shorten the arms, you're gonna pull the top of the wheel in. That gonna give you more negative camber. And if you extend the arm, it's gonna push out the top of the wheel out, so give you less camber. So it's opposite. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of the same. Just how you imagine it in your head. It's just like just how it is. Basic theory, you know. And I know there is with Lexus it has upper and lower camber arm. So with Lexus you have to adjust both upper and lower camber arms to give you the right camber, because what happens if you have upper and lower control arm, then if you extend the lower control arm but you don't adjust the upper control arm, then it's gonna push the rear, the bottom of the wheel out. So you're gonna have less grip on the tires with the contact of the tire and the ground. That's gonna give you more of the look of the camber. But since you didn't adjust the upper control arm, so the upper clearance between the top of the wheels and the fenders is gonna stay the same. You get what I'm saying? So in order with the Lexus, with the IS, that you wanna have more clearance of your fenders and the wheels, you have to adjust both bottom and top camber arm. So if you just adjust the upper control arm, it's gonna bring the wheels in a little bit, but the bottom one is still gonna stay the same, because if you don't adjust the bottom control arm, then the wheels still stay the same spot on the bottom. So the contact of the tires still gonna stay the same with, I mean, it's not really the same, but slightly different, because you didn't adjust the bottom control arm. So it just slightly affects the angle of the wheels. But if you want the correct setup, you have to adjust both bottom and top camber arm on the Lexus. And that's what happens if you have upper and lower camber arm on your car. But you know, just like the 250Z, it has only one camber arm, and that's sitting on the bottom. So if you extend the arm, it's gonna pushing the bottom of the wheel out and bring the top of the wheel back in, give you more negative camber. And if you have upper camber arm, just like my Mazda, if you extend the upper camber arm, it's gonna pushing the top of the wheel out, give you less camber. But if you shorten the upper control arm, it's gonna pull the top of the wheel back in, give you more negative camber. It just, you know, opposite as the lower control arm and upper control arm, but it acts the same way. And here is my toe arm that I have on my setup right now, with adjustable nut right there, It is exactly the same as the SPL one, but it looks, you know, I just like how it looks better and cheaper too compared to the SPL one. And if you have an airbag setup, if you want to get one, just, you know, you can let me know. Yeah, that's it. You can see there's a lot of cameras, and I have only this much of tires on the ground. Here's my and here's my 240, and that's my Mazda right there.